Whoops. I'm live, but you can't see me. Let's try this again. Hi, hello to you. I'm Lynn Zazzara. If you don't know who I am and it's your first time watching me, I spend some time on here on my Facebook page talking about what helps me get through my life, basically, to get unstuck, try to get, stay, keep away from going into depression and all that good stuff. So welcome. I'm super, super glad that you are here. Today am going to do a little something different because going live scares the living daylights out of me. So I don't want to see the comments and I don't really want to see who's on here tonight. So I'm going to keep those hidden from me. Wait, I think I am. Swipe right is this way. Okay. I just did it. So it's not because I don't love you, I do, but it makes me totally nervous. Like before I just got on here, I was like, I'm not doing it. I can't do it. Why would I want to do it? Who wants to listen to me? And then I remember that I promised myself that I would. And my whole thing this year is baby steps, baby steps. And if I'm going to preach it to everybody else, I got to do it for myself. So here I am. Tonight I'm going to review the first chapter of Mel Robbins' book, Stop Saying That You're Fine. And the title is Why the Snooze Button Can Kill Your Life. So I can still see my sisters on there, but I just can't see comments. All right. Anyways, I'm going to try to stay focused. So why does a snooze button kill your life? We're going to get right into it. And also I promised I'll say this in the beginning because some people might not make it to the end. For the first 5 people who are watching, if you are interested in me giving you this book for free on Audible, because I listen to books, reading them, I don't know. I don't ever do it for some reason, even though I used to love it. But if I listen to them, they just sink in more. Like this book has me so revved up. So if you think you might want to read the book by Mel Robbins or listen to it, Stop Saying You're Fine, then please let me know. And the first 5 to let me know in my messages and Messenger, I'm going to send you the link for free and you can listen to the book. So did you know, I'll start with this, that 88% of your New Year's resolutions totally don't stick. 88%. There's been Harvard studies. There was just a study at Cornell. It's how I happened to come across it. I saw a sign in Ithaca today and I was like, oh my God. So you just get stuck in a loop and then your resolution happens to be the same the next year and the same the year after that. Maybe not all of you, but probably if you're listening to this, it's because you maybe struggle with some of this. So what happens? So Mel says that you hit the snooze button on your life. It's not just about in the morning, even though that's super, super important to jump up and get ready for your day and feel happy and excited to be alive. I'm a snooze button person lately and trying to change that. So I've made some steps in some other parts of my life, but that snooze button in the morning has been a rough one. I'm going to totally look at my notes. Otherwise I'll be on here for a lifetime. So, she says, when you hit that snooze button, you surrender your power. So you end up stuck and all your dreams just sort of fade away because you aren't taking action. Okay. Basically, and I've said this so many times and it's cool because it comes from her. It comes from Ray Higdon. It comes from Noah St. John. It comes from everybody else that I listen to, that no one ever feels like doing anything. Nobody ever wants to do the work or feels like doing the work that it takes to change. You just don't. I've talked to so many super successful people because I'm trying to surround myself by people who are doing what I want to be doing. And all of them say they don't feel like it. They don't feel like going to the gym, but they go. They don't feel like doing the research, but they do it. They don't feel like going live 9 times out of 10, but they get on there and they do it because they want to help people. And that's my whole purpose right now. There's just so many people I want to help. I have these products that I want to share. I have a business opportunity that I want people to take part of to change their lives. So I got to do things that really suck, like lives. Because there's lots of people out there who want a new life, but they're stuck in a dead-end job, stuck in a holding pattern. Maybe you're stuck with a flabby body. I love that she says that. A stale relationship, and you have plans to achieve something that's important to you, but you just never do it. A lot of the reason is that we're programmed to stay safe and to avoid danger. It's part of our programming to stay comfortable. We're born with that. We're born, and you really can't survive unless you're taken care of. So you avoid things that are dangerous or somebody comes to rescue you. But guess what? When we're adults, ain't nobody coming to rescue nobody. So, she also says our brains grow to expect certain things, like whatever we feed it for all these years. So if you developed any insecurities, which I totally did, I can remember being back in freaking junior high, maybe even earlier than that, and not being very good at gymnastics, but really wanting to be on the team. And I stayed on the team, and the whole time I like barely enjoyed it because I was like, I'm not very good at this. So that was ridiculous. So that started to feed this whole thing like, okay, I want to be a part of it, but I'm not going to be the best. So should I? Not smart. Just go for it. Do whatever the heck you want to do. Who cares if you're the best, as long as you're taking action, right? So lots of excuses that people use. They're typical. Don't have time. I just know that I can't do it. I might fail. I don't have enough money. Does any of that sound familiar? All these excuses are often driven by fear, a fear that you developed a long time ago that you might not even know you did. So they're all examples too of pressing snooze on your life. It's not literally just if you press that button in the morning, but it's, what are the things that you say, oh, I want to do that. And then you're like, you don't, or you squash it, or someone else says you can't do that, or it's too late to make a change. That's all pressing snooze, and we have to stop. Okay. Mel talks about the powerful you, that we are born with that side to us too. So not just with the safe and avoiding side, but we're also born with a super powerful us, and we just have to like hit that button. And that when you have a dream or an ambition and it comes to you quickly, like that's a signal. Your body's telling you, hello, we can do this. Turn on the powerful you, because the choices are always right in front of you. And she always says, just make one. Build momentum. Make a choice. Because momentum, it's just like if you want to push a car out of a ditch or something, you roll it back and forth little by little by little, right? And that part really sucks. And then all of a sudden it goes and you're like, yeah, that's momentum. It's the same thing. It stinks in the beginning. The first 5% of getting going, she says, where is that? Because I liked it. Oh, she says when you regain a small amount of control, it's like it can be as little as 5% in your life. And by doing that productive thing, it does inspire you, and it builds just enough momentum for you to do, 6%, and for you to work it up to where you've achieved what you actually want to achieve. I freaking love that. But she says the first 5% is the hardest part. That's why 88% of New Year's resolutions fail. So if you just hopped on, I can see the numbers, so there's a lot of people that just hopped on. I just want to tell you, in case you don't stay till the end, that the first 5 people who go ahead and put a message in my messenger are going to get this link to this book to Audible to listen to it for free. So I don't know if they hit you up to try to be a part of Audible or not, but I know that this is totally free because I checked it out. Like, there's no obligation. So I'm happy to send you the book. It's Mel Robbins. Stop saying you're fine. Because fine isn't good enough. Fine is, what's fine? I'm fine. I mean, really? Probably not. I know I never mean it when I say that. Okay, so I'm going to read this part aloud because I couldn't say it any better than her. She says, if you are tired of making the same promises to yourself and never keeping them, or of making the same wishes over and over and never achieving them, she says, stick with me. Keep listening. And I'm going to share the rest of these chapters, just a super brief, teeny weeny Cliff Note version of them each Wednesday night until we're done. She says that she'll help you to learn what's behind that resistance. And there's just a 5-step method. And of course, I've already listened to the book, and it's really cool to turn on your power button. I have to go back and listen to it again to take notes because it just is a lot of information, and it's so cool. And the thing is it sounds so easy, right? It sounds simple. It sounds easy, but there's a huge distinction between it being simple, because it is. The steps, you're going to be like, duh, I know this. But it's not easy. Because then the whole world would be what? Super happy millionaires, totally fit, loving relationships, perfect marriages, right? If it were easy, it's not. But I hope you're going to come with me on this ride where we're trying to change ourselves and take some control of our destinies, because everybody wants to be something really deep down inside. I'm sure that there are some people, maybe even who are listening, who are like, I'm great, and that's great. But I don't believe that you can't always try for something more in any area of your life. I mean, there's a million areas where you can probably improve and you would feel like a whole lot better. So she talks a lot about how to control your destiny. She doesn't believe that it's predestined or destined or whatever for you, that you can control it and you can make it happen by building momentum. Things like, I can't change my career. I have no time to work out. I have no time to read. I have no time to eat well. I have no money to make a change in my life. I'll never find love because it's just too late. I'm too old. All of those. Things like, it's ridiculous to start over at this point. Totally how I felt when I started this business. I was like, why are you going to get into something else? And, little by little, as I do things like this that I don't want to do, I don't want to be live, I don't want to have this ring light on me, I don't know, but I'm doing it because each time I do, sometimes a lot of people, sometimes one person will reach out and they will ask me questions and they will be helped by whatever I said or whatever I have to offer, and that's worth it. I don't even care. That's worth it. So I'm going to keep going. So if you're going to get tired of seeing my face, you're just going to have to swipe someplace else, I guess, huh? So she says that the major task, the first thing that you have to do is really decide if you are going to change at all. Like if you're just going to dismiss it, then you have no hope of changing anything in your life. If you make a decision like, I am going to change, this doesn't mean that you're going to do it overnight. This shouldn't be scary because you can do it tiny, tiny steps at a time. And if you've been watching any of my other videos on my page, I've been talking about small steps. I still think that might need to be like my word or whatever, my phrase for the year. I've never chosen one before, but I feel like that has to be it because there's so many places in my life where I want it to look differently, and I'm scared to death of most of them. So I have just started taking these small steps, like a 30-minute walk. It started as, I think the first one was 10, and I was like, I hate this. And I was saying I hate it right up. Well, even today I was saying I hate it. But I'm going to do it every single day, and I do feel better. It's not even for exercise. It's just to say I'm doing something every single day, and I'm moving forward in some way. So what else? Small steps was the next thing that she says. Yay! That basically, you got to do things when you don't feel like it. And you have heard me talk about this because I hear it from every major person that I listen to, everybody that's successful that I admire in life, whether they're famous and they've written a book or whatever, whoever it is, they say, I rarely feel like it, but I do it anyways. Because what's the alternative? The alternative is to stay stuck, to stay fat, to stay miserable, to stay in a bad marriage, to stay with a job that you hate. If that's the alternative, then what is your other choice? You got to do things that make you feel really uncomfortable, that you don't feel like doing, and you just have to do them every day until they become as much a part of your routine as complaining does. Please always keep in mind that this book speaks to me because I'm this person in so many ways. It's crazy. And then she talks about how you need growth in your life. Like if your life has stopped growing, if you really have nothing that you want to do or learn or be, no new direction in your life whatsoever in any area of your life, that no challenge is no fulfillment. And that deep down, she believes everybody has something that they want to change. This doesn't mean everybody's a train wreck, by the way. It doesn't mean that at all. It just means everybody, probably you got something, man, deep down in your gut that you've always wanted to do or you've always wanted. I don't care if it's skydiving, like go do it is what she's saying, and figure out a way to work up to that. I have no idea what that might be. Jumping off the roof. I don't know what that is. But another thing she points out, it's so easy to create a list of why you can't do things. Those things come to our brain immediately. It could be a mile long. And then you've got like a sticky note this big, right? That is part of the list of why you can. I think that's pretty normal human nature. And again, take action. She says action equals the enemy of being stuck. So if you don't want to be stuck, you take some action. Think about that car. Think about the car in the ditch, man, how you rock it back and forth, like I just said. I think that for me really works because I can picture it in my head. I've done it before. And I know how great it feels when it breaks loose or it comes out of the ice or whatever happens. So you have to take that action a lot of times right through being totally scared to death, through fear, right through feeling like I'm overwhelmed. There's too much on my plate already. I can't possibly do that. And through all of the excuses, because small steps will get you there, period. So if you have fear, if you have overwhelm, if you have so many excuses for why you don't do things, you need to look at like, okay, why am I overwhelmed? Is it because I don't like a bunch of stuff in my life, or the things I'm doing aren't making me feel successful or fulfilled? Probably. So then the only way to get out of that is to take steps towards something that does keep you feeling fulfilled and successful, even if it's tiny. I'm telling you guys. I mean, I wish I could tell you, oh, I'm doing keto perfectly and I'm dropping 10 pounds a week. I'm not. I'm struggling. I'm trying to work it out. It's a product that I sell and I'm not perfect at it. Doesn't matter. It still sells because there's other people out there that are like, I'm going to make a change. I'm going to make a difference with my body this year. I really am going to try to do something. And as small as the steps are for me, like trying to get back into shape is a good example. I used to tie bow. I used to ride my bike like a crazy person. I love the TRX, like the straps training from the Marines. Love it. I can't do any of that right now. I am so out of shape that I'm not even going to attempt it. So it took so much strength to say, I'm just going to go take a little walk on the trail because it's so easy and it feels ridiculous to me to be doing that. But it's not. I haven't worked out in like a year and a half. So it's totally fine. And after the first week of doing it last week, this week is easier and more enjoyable. I started to listen to this on the walk so I could like knock two things out at once. It was awesome. Okay, back to Mel. She says, stop thinking about change and being so frustrated with everything in your life. Just create the momentum and you'll feel better. And again, it takes work. It's not easy, but it's simple, truly. Oh, you know what, too? Forgot about this. Hold on. Bear with me. Yeah, this is all me. Okay, so the major task, like I said before, is deciding whether or not you want to change. She says that a lot. I'm sorry. And it's probably because people like us don't let it sink into our brains. So she does a lot of repeating. But I'm telling you, if you want to hear this book, remember, message me. First 5 people to do it are going to get the book. If you don't make it this time, the next time I do a live, those first 5 people are going to go ahead and get the book on Audible. And everybody can listen to it. Listen to it in your car. Listen to it in some headphones. Listen to it on your phone. You know, instead of 3 hours of Netflix at night, do 2.5 and take a half an hour to listen to this. Or with anything else in your life, if you think about it that way. So she says that when you regain that small amount of control, and it is as little as 5%, I said this already, but the first 5% is the hardest part, but is the largest change in your life. So I'm going to leave you with her 5-second rule. Of course, there's tons more in chapter 1. I don't have time to cover it all. She's got that 5-second rule, which is also a book, I'm pretty sure, but I've been familiar with the rule for a while and I've totally ignored it. So it's, if you have a thought to do something within the first 5 seconds, if you don't do it, your brain, literally the way we're wired, it already forgets it or starts to make excuses about why you aren't going to do it. So with that walk, it's a good example. I never want to go. It's freaking winter. I hate winter. It was been cold. It's been windy. I don't ever want to go on that walk when I first do it. And I just, the minute I think about it, I say, okay, just put your boots on, put your clothes on, just go, go, go. Whether I'm bitching the entire way or not, which I usually am, I just go and I do it. So I really encourage you guys to just pick something tiny. If it's getting up 10 minutes earlier so that you're not rushing to get to work, do that. It will change your life. I swear to God, it's so weird. So she always says, if you think it, act on it in 5 seconds or less, or it's gone. And please just try to stop pretending everything is okay, because, you know, is fine really enough? Is I'm just fine really enough for you? It's not okay for me. I think I've been saying it is for several years, and it's caused, you know, jobs I don't love, relationships that were put on some weight, all this stuff, insecurities, you know, being kind of reclusive. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't believe that when I say it, but if you're my real friend and you know me really well, you know I've been hiding out for a while. I don't even know why. It just became a routine. So now I'm trying to make other things become a routine, things that are more valuable, things that are going to move me forward, because I have dreams. I have things in my life. And dude, some of them are not, I mean, yeah, I want to build a multi-million-dollar business. That's something I think about. I want to talk on stage again, right? That's not all I'm talking about. I want to feel like I matter to myself more than to others. Like, to myself is the first thing. Like, do I matter? I don't like eating low carb. I freaking love carbs, but I'm trying to do it, and I'm not perfect at it, but it's making a difference. I think it was 5 pounds now that I've lost in like the last 10 days. It could be more, but it's 5. It's 5 more than I lost in the last 4 months, because I just ate whatever the hell I wanted, did whatever I wanted, and that didn't suit me. It didn't make me feel good every day. So if you have that nagging feeling in your head, please stop pretending everything is fine, because fine isn't enough. All right. Thank you so much if you stayed with me till the end. I super, super appreciate it. And I'm sorry that I didn't look at any comments or see who's on here, because I would have talked way slower, stuttered over my words like a maniac. So this is probably how I'm going to do it until I get more comfortable, because again, it's small steps. It was either do it this way or don't do it at all. So I wanted to do it this way because I'd like to help. If it helps one person to listen to this book, great. Remember, if you're one of the first 5 to message me in my private messages, Messenger, I'm going to send you the link to the book for free. And I love you all very much. In case nobody else told you that today, I appreciate you very much. And mwah, I shall see you soon.